Welcome to the BiG Byte Game Jam, an annual game jam part of the Melanated Game Kitchen's Culture Bites series. I'm Chelsea Bites, your host for this year. You might have seen me on Amazon, Refinery 29, AMC, and more. I'm here to tell you more about what we're getting into today. But first, we have to talk about Black in Gaming. Black in Gaming's vision is to inspire a world where every individual has equity in the gaming industry. Their mission is to connect, educate, and empower Black talent in the worldwide gaming ecosystem by striving to achieve significant increases in Black representation that accurately reflects the diverse participants in the industry. This game jam is the result of many years of discussion and effort, and they're so happy they can finally help facilitate this creative environment for their jam participants. We also have to talk about the Melanated Game Kitchen, which is a collective and co-op studio made up of game creators focused on the creation and curation of unique interactive experiences that reflect the African Diaspora. They also host a game jam series throughout the year called Culture Bites. They're currently accepting new members into the collective for all types of skill sets. So if you're interested in joining after the game jam or want to help elevate what they're doing, please reach out to Tim, Creative Director of MGK. As many of you have seen, we've got a bunch of prizes for you jammers this year, including a larger money pool. Let's take a look. There is a $1,000 prize pool, which will be distributed amongst the winners of our 3 categories, which are overall quality, relation to the theme, and creativity/design. At the end of the jam, our judges will take 1 to 2 weeks to review all the games and vote in these categories. We'll also have a Player's Choice Award for the game that you all like the most. Now, this also includes some runner-ups which will have a chance to interview with our friends at Jams and Joysticks. So the winners and some of the runner-ups might get a spot at a podcast slot. Excited to see it. Now, this also includes the Cinematic Score Prize, which they will be providing an original piece of music to the grand prize winner. How exciting. Now, before we go, let's take a moment to thank our sponsors. Jams and Joysticks are music, sports, pop culture, and everything video games, and they're available on Twitch, YouTube, and various podcasting platforms. From gaming, game development, animation, story creation, and the opportunities and inspiration behind it all, Jams and Joysticks has something for everyone. Plus Arcade is a creative studio powered by community, culture, and bold ideas. They specialize in event production, design consultation, and hands-on workshops for the gaming and creative media world. Whether it's throwing unforgettable gaming parties, hosting indie showcases, or helping creators level up their vision, they're here to make magic happen. Now, of course, Alchemy Labs. It's an XR studio with a passion for polished, playful VR games and experiences. And I've had the pleasure of getting to experience them myself. They are chef's tier. Their experiences are oozing with style, absurdly funny, and with groundbreaking accessibility to bring more joy to more people. Now, let's talk about the theme. This year's jam is Connect the Dots. What happens when we connect the dots between multiple disparate things? Why should we? When should we? And should certain things not be connected? Maybe there is such a thing as a bad question. People and things that are connected culturally can be dispersed, but that does not mean they have to be disconnected. By connecting people and things that are dispersed, great power, knowledge, relationships, and movements can be created. And to quote, "Over here, we measure success by how many people successful next to you," by Jay-Z. Now, speaking of that quote, we need to move on and talk about these ingredients. Ingredients are additional ideas related to the theme to help focus your creativity. And who better to speak on creativity other than the creative director? Tim, come on in.
Thanks, Chelsea. Hey, everybody. I'll be talking a little bit about our ingredients for the jam. So, as she said before, there are additional ideas optional to help you focus your creativity. First off, coriander. Make a puzzle game or a mystery game exploring how you mentally or physically connect things together to find a solution. Garlic. Explore a specific time period, historical, and how it relates to the present, maybe multiple time periods. Think about even connecting the future to the present and what connects those together. History is a great tool. Tomato paste. Explore relationships between people, things, or concepts. Maybe include NPCs in your game if you're doing narrative, or systems that you can interact with, like in Persona, or feature multiple playable characters in the same narrative. Find something interesting to do with that. Lastly, Creole seasoning. Revolve your gameplay around using a system or an interface as the main mechanic instead of playing as a actual character. Examples are like evidence boards or card games or match 3, jigsaw puzzles, other types of mechanics like this that don't involve moving a person around. These could get you jog your inspiration a little bit for a while. All right, let's talk about the food dish. Our food dish for this jam is okra stew. And as you all may be familiar with, we always connect our dish and our theme together. Okra is a vegetable found throughout many dishes all across the African diaspora, and is said to originate in Africa, with many of the original dishes coming out of West Africa. Okra has traveled all across the world, remaining an important ingredient that connects us as a diaspora. Okra stew in particular has had many different variations based upon what country you're in. So West Africa, Southern North America, the Middle East and North Africa, and other parts. And so this dish embodies our theme of connecting the dots. What we've done is that on our jam page, we've included okra stew recipes, as well as other resources that connect to the theme for you to dig into and figure out kind of where you want to go with your game. Keep an eye out also for our mid-jam event, where we might actually be doing a cooking stream for okra stew. And if we are able to put that together, I highly recommend that you participate along. Very curious though, Chelsea, what is your experience with okra and okra stew? I know we came from a similar background, coming from the South.
Yes, we are, Tim. I've had my fair share of okra. I honestly, to this day, I still don't like it, but I've gotten close. I think that's my favorite measurement is when, I go to New Orleans and I try a really good gumbo where I'm just like, you know what? Okra's not bothering me. I can eat this. I like this. I like this a lot. And it's funny when you have you ever gone to someone's place and you're like, ooh, that's how y'all did y'all's okra?
That's the part that got me, was like when I grew up and okra was cooked around the house. That was the reaction. It was like, oh, I'm not a big fan of this. And then I learned later that like, people cook okra differently, and I actually like it this way. And I don't like it the way my mama cooked it, right?
Poor
So,
mama. Poor
right.
mom. I mean, you know what actually blew my mind was finding out you could like fry okra. I was like, oh, you could, okay. I would have never thought to do that to a vet because I
It's
was
true.
raised up around all them vegetables. I picked okra when I was a kid, and it was like being tortured. I was like, why are y'all making me pick this thing I don't even want to eat? And then as I got older, I grew a huge appreciation for okra, especially in Louisiana, because
Mm.
oh my God, what they do with okra. I'm like, okay, I see y'all. I see you guys.
They,
Cooler
they like
weather.
they like know the trick, the magic to like bring out its flavor.
Exactly, exactly. I like to think that no matter what, there's a food out there that we can all relate to, and okra is definitely it for us. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I had to choose this one because we've done gumbo in the past,
Yeah.
and gumbo is a very specific style of dish,
Yes, it is.
but like something that is a little bit more like, hey, okra itself in the stew and like the different soups around it. I'm surprised at how often it's used in different cuisines. And so I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's really like, I think it's almost like sacrosanct with tomatoes. There's just so
Mhm.
much moisture you miss out on when you don't use okra in certain southern dishes.
Right.
Even if I don't like it, I know it's not right if you don't have it in there. And that's culture. Like, that's connection. Like, that's generations of people that came together to find like this beautiful dish. And there's that one thing that holds it all together.
Right?
Dang.
That's a
Yeah.
great job. Brilliant.
Yeah. Real interesting. Well, thanks for your feedback, Tim. We appreciate you breaking down the ingredients. We're going to move on and review some more about the jam. See you next time. Our team has compiled some resources to support the creativity and production of Team's Game Jam projects. Those include the Game Jam Guide, which is a resource to help you understand and navigate the complex development process of building your game. Both Black and Gaming and the Melanated Game Kitchen have come together to share some of our favorite creative and organization resources to get our games out the door. In the Game Jam Guide, you will find advice on where to start in developing your game, which are a task tracker document to help you assign tasks and organize your projects, a project timeline checklist to get a sense of how your project development, should be paced. And there's also a large collection of free and inexpensive resources that will be provided at another time. Maybe right here in this video. Now, of course, the Melanated Game Kitchen Discord server will act as the home base to your game's development and allows you many tools to help facilitate your team meetings and discussions, get feedback about your project, attend Game Jam events, meet other jammers, access mentor office hours, and contact mentors for assistance on your projects. Now, of course, our jam consultants or mentors will be around the Discord to help you as needed. Please ask them questions or ask them for feedback in our specific specialty channels, like Jam Design in the Jam Help channel category. You'll be able to schedule office hours with them every week as you need. Our jam schedule is as follows. Sunday, June 1st, we have Jam Kickoff Day, which you all should be locked into YouTube at 3 p.m. PST to see the theme reveal and form your teams for our Jam Kickoff. From June 1st to June 29th, mentor office hours will proceed twice a week. You should also meet up with Jam participants and check in on your progress in the Mid-Jam Hangout session. We'll be doing something special in celebration of Juneteenth. Stay tuned. Now, Sunday, June 29th, submissions are due at 3 p.m. PST. And then, same day, online jam showcase at 5 p.m. PST. Also, check out the Discord server so you can check out the games showcase and live interview sessions with the jam teams. Now, on to our jam tips. Try your best to decide on an idea to focus on within the first few days of the jam. Make sure to check in with your team often. And remember, there are no silly questions. Ask away. Now, over the next few weeks, you'll want to talk with your team often and likely schedule a few group meetings as needed. Our jam consultants will be around the Discord to help you too. You'll be able to schedule office hours with them every week. Spend a day talking with people in the Discord, form teams, brainstorm, and figure out your milestone schedule. Good luck, everyone.